As a student at East Richland High School, what it was called when I graduated in 2000, not much changed by the time I became a teacher here in 2005. And throughout my first several years teaching, basically the building was the same.
In late 2016, our Board of Education issued a charge to develop a citizens committee to review the topic of facilities and what the long-term facility needs were for the school district.
As we got along and just saw that the difficulties that could come about by having to kind of marry two buildings together with the new and the renovation, made it apparent that with the scope that we needed to do, that a construction manager was the way we needed to go. And their knowledge and expertise and everything, obviously all that together is why we decided on Putker Construction.
We did have a little bit of a relationship with Putker Construction from about a decade earlier. They actually had the contract to do the demolition when we were doing a large-scale renovation of our middle school. It just seemed like a natural fit. Their reputation, not just having worked for the district before, but also just in the education construction industry, was something that led us to choose them as our construction management firm. I'm actually somewhat convinced that had we not gone that direction, we might still not be done. It was just something that worked out really well for us and not only allowed us to be able to finish the project, but get exactly what we wanted. It was not a particularly student-friendly environment in terms of places where students could be when it wasn't class time, ways for students to collaborate. So we wanted to modernize the facility and update it so it was more in line with the type of teaching and learning that takes place now than back when the building was originally designed.
I think probably the best thing with our security system is just the upgrade of the number of cameras that we have in the school. Prior to the renovation, we had about 30 cameras. Now we have closer to 100 cameras.
And so I can make license plates out, I can make faces out, I can see almost everything I need to see if there's an incident that occurs in our school.
Whenever I started, there were some classes that I had in 2000 that were actually outside the building. So you actually had to physically walk outside the building and go to another building. Now all of the classes are underneath one roof, and I feel like the accessibility is easier.
Oh, it's been awesome. Before we had the chairlift, which was a challenge for some students. Some days it didn't work and it would take forever for kids to go up and down the lift. Now that we have the elevator, it's just been a game changer for our students.
Prior to the renovation, we really didn't have a space like the common space here in the school. I mean, I think the commons has really changed kind of the culture of our school to a certain degree, where it has allowed the students to have an area that is their own and they can spread out a little bit and spend time with their friends.
I love coming to work every day. I love my space that I have now. It's refreshing, and we can just work so much more fluently in this space than what I had before. It definitely lends itself to science, it lends itself to lab activities that we can do.
Our former facility just wasn't offering students the opportunities and experiences that they deserved. And so in our new facility that is appropriately sized and innovative and accessible, there's nothing holding them back. And so for the students at RCCU1, the world is their stage. They can do anything they want to do.
It's something that is going to serve the next 3 generations of our students, and I think that as we go forward, people are going to understand and realize that this was the best decision to be made at that time. And we essentially created a brand new high school for 40% of the cost of what a new high school would be.